Hello, George, Fat Ninja Food Forest. Just making some fig preserves. Actually, fig jam. Preserves, we keep whole. We keep the fig whole. I'm going to stir to mush it up. It's really just simple as simmering your figs. I add a little lemon. They're on the acidic side of things anyways, but the lemon to make sure for the safe canning and to get a good set. I'm not going to use any pectin. You shouldn't need any pectin. There's quite a bit in these as a fruit. They're a very sweet fruit, a lot of sugar in them. So I'm just going to simmer them for 15-20 minutes, jar them up, water bath can them, and they'll be shelf stable. We'll see in a little bit. I guess I should go on the amounts I use. It's up to taste. Sugar we can be pretty free with. We want it set. But with the figs having a lot of sugar in them, you can reduce it if you don't like it. So some people go a little less than half the amount. So I've got 8 cups of figs in here. I went with about 4 cups, a heavy 4 cups of sugar, just on half. From there, once it starts, first it'll thin out. We'll get the juice of the figs will release. The sugar will start breaking down. We'll get a good syrup-like going. Then it'll start thickening up a little bit. Have a taste of it then. Make sure you like it. You can adjust it and add sugar if need be. So start light if you're afraid of that. All right. See you in a bit. So here it's starting to sizzle, warm up. I want to mix it up, get that sugar around. Just a gentle mixing to start with. Careful as I can not to spill it. Granted, I'm a messy cook. All right, we can see. You can see in there or not. The sugar's gelling up a little bit. The heat's starting to release these figs a little bit. They're a good, real ripe fig. So you can just stir it and end up with nice broken pieces in there. I have some full ones left, some unmashed ones. So I'm going to go ahead and get the potato masher out. And just a gentle mashing, go around. Getting rid of any of those whole figs. And you can do whole figs. I do whole figs in syrup. It's another neat recipe. Great way of eating them. Nice treat. Like cheese and crackers and things like that. But this is a spread, goes in many ways. I'm actually going to add nutmeg today. Makes it a little more savory. So not just for sandwiches, but also in cooking and hors d'oeuvre plates. We let this set for a couple hours to macerate, to become thin and liquid-like. Now at this point, before it boils, I'm going to add the lemon. To be official. On a couple of teaspoons. With that 8 cups. I'm going to put nutmeg in here. Gives it a real nice flavor. I'm going to do that closer to the end, actually. Now I'm going to get this up to a good boil. Back it off and let it simmer. Could be 15 minutes, could be 30 minutes. We'll start looking for it to become gel on the spoon. At that point, I'm going to can it. We've got the water bath going, sterilizing the jars right now. Then we'll put it in a water bath canner for 10 minutes, making it shelf stable for us for minimum a year, but probably many, many years. It shouldn't last more than a couple years. Although I've got some down there from 2022 still. We still eat that. It's great. All right, we'll be back. Okay, I've got up to a nice boil now. I just backed it off. I'm going to simmer. Like I said, it can happen in 15 minutes even with these sweet figs. Probably closer to 30 though. We'll see it start gelling. A comparison before and after. You want to stir almost continuously. You can take small breaks, but you don't want it sticking to the bottom. You can feel it if it does. We'll be back. I'll be back. All right, we're about 20 minutes in. Starting to get a nice set. Starting to gel up. I'm going to go another 5 or 10 minutes, probably go the whole 30 minutes. I don't want it to be runny. Another 5 minutes up with nutmeg in there. We're going to do that for a nice flavoring. I don't know if my mic was on when I said that. Makes it a bit more savory. All right, we've gone the full 30 minutes now, just about. Here in 30 seconds. Shut this off. One more stir, and I'm going to ladle it into these jars. I'll definitely have 4. We'll see if we have that 5th one. I want to leave at least a 1/4 inch of headspace at the top. Trying to be as clean as possible, but we will wipe the rims before we can them. Speaking of which, I need to turn that back up to temperature. It has to be at a full boil after the jars go in before you start your 10 minutes. So we'll clean these rims, pull the lids out of here, put them in the water bath canner, and once it's at a full boil, boil it for 10 minutes. And that'll be a full water bath canning for this fig jam. Well, it's going to be pretty close. I think it might be 5 right on the money. If it doesn't, I probably won't water bath the last one. Maybe I will. It's not going to hurt it. Just take up room in the canner. But I'll leave it out and it'll be the sample. And pour it from here. Yeah, not much. So I'll wipe these rims. Actually very clean, but just to be sure. Stuck together, as often happens. Screwing those on finger tight. You don't want to over tighten it or you'll cause siphoning. It'll distort that seal. And last, a third of the way full, maybe. Again, I wouldn't need a water bath that one if I was just going to eat it. These are able to be freezer jam now, just the way they are. Just the way they are. I could let them set for 24 hours and then put them in the freezer. But now we're going to put them in here, wait for this to get up to temperature, and leave them in there for 10 minutes. Carefully tipping them away from you as you go in. You've got a floater. I might just leave that one right out. I don't want it clanging around in there. So that's our sampler. Give a little space in between these. Put the lid on and be back. We're waiting for that water to boil. Might as well have a sample. You can see down in there set pretty well. We'll see. I'd like a better set, but I think when it cools, it's going to set a little more. Really good. All right, there's our 10-minute timer. Shut this down, let it back off a little. I used to grab by the lid. Grab down below the lid if you're doing this. Don't put that pressure on the lid. You'll distort the lid. You'll distort the metal. Sometimes it breaks the seal a little bit. All right, final test. We actually cheated and opened it yesterday. I had a class over, a permaculture class. But here's the fig jelly. It's got a good set. It's not real solid, but we'll call it more of a spread. But you can see it's a very good set, a decent set on it. Actually, it's gotten better now. It's been in the fridge. I added nutmeg to it. Got some nice compliments on it. I personally think I might have gone a little heavy with the nutmeg. I put a little in, tried it out, thought it was great. Put more in. I think I put too much in. But let's try it out. It's actually really good. It's a little more savory with that nutmeg in there, but still really good. So there's fig jam. Quick and easy. I mean, 15, 20 minutes of boiling. A little bit of time mixing the sugar and figs together, cleaning them up. But in an hour process, you can have a nice batch of fig jam. Do one with that. Here's the jars here. I'm George. Pet Ninja Food Forest. Change better than the holiday. Peace.